All right, welcome to the Battle of Sexes, where we all get in a battle over different topics. So with all that said, let's go.
For example, a woman never tells you what she's thinking. She only tells you what she's feeling. And a man doesn't tell you what he's feeling. He only tells you what he's thinking. That's why they're always arguing, because they think they're listening to each other. So when a woman says to you, get out, don't come back, don't leave. Don't pack your bag, brother. That's just the way she feels at the moment. If you leave, she'll kill you. And when a man says, woman, you're stupid, it doesn't mean that's what he feels about you. That's what he calculated and he analyzed for the moment of the present condition, that you seem to be acting a little stupid. So he doesn't mean that you are a stupid creature. He's analytically assessing your present state. Why? Because a woman is emotional, but a man is logical.
What y'all think? What y'all think? Do men and women misunderstand each other? Or do we just don't like what we hear from each other? Which one? Which one is
it? I think that was well put. I think his explanation kind of was very accurate. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What he said for the most part, I think we've even said some of those things up here before.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What you got? What you got, man? So you about to say something?
I agree. I think that Boogie said we allude to those things throughout our conversations here, but we at times speak different languages, just the way women understand things and men understand things. And I think even sometimes in arguments, we know we're speaking different languages, but we're just like, fuck it, I'm mad. Like, I'm in the moment.
Right. So that goes with the second part. Do we just misunderstand each other perfectly or just don't like what we hear?
Both.
Okay.
And in the argument, I think we get to the point where we're just like, I'm going to just say what I want to say to get it out.
Okay.
I try never to say what I want to say in an argument because I get too extreme with what I like go for the throat. So I
what's crazy? When I said it, I thought about you, Bino. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, well,
I don't
say what we want to say,
right?
Not all of us.
Right.
But I do feel like
to say what I want to say.
Lord,
then we'll break up.
What you got, Nah?
I agree with the flip, and I do also feel like being in relationships or whatever the case may be, I feel like you definitely gotta be mindful of your person because words do have power.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said, your girl tell you get the fuck out. Da, 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 da. She don't really mean that shit. I mean, it's just the heat of the moment. No, I don't want you to go nowhere, but you'll have niggas that'll just be like, fuck it, I'm gone. And then go do some dumb shit and then try to come back. Or whatever the case may be and be like, you know what, babe, I ain't da 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 da. Bino. But
or they just go to their friend's house and have a cigar and just talk shit about you, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I mean, and that could be cool tol. That could be a safe haven.
You don't gotta
like
do
you said,
dumb shit all the time.
If you don't, like you said, in order for you not to say the wrong thing or whatever and make it worse, then I agree. I definitely feel like when it gets in the heat of that moment where she's being too emotional and you're being too logical, to take a step back. But I also feel like it's not a bad thing to understand your person either. And I feel like us as men and women, we sometimes with ego and pride, we don't really pay attention to that of trying to say, you know what, let me take a step back and understand it from his perspective or her perspective. How would I feel if somebody did this to me or said this to me or used that tone with me? I don't think I would have took it as respectful either. I probably would have reacted the same way. And I also feel like it's good with that to take into consideration, not saying it's an excuse, but certain things that maybe people have been through that you may know is a trigger, it's like, okay, well, don't be calling me delusional and stupid and all that. Granted, yes, he broke it down like, no, he don't think you stupid. It's just in this moment, whatever you saying in a circle or whatever, it sounds stupid. But I feel like, why do it have to be stupid? It's not stupid to me. It might be quote unquote stupid to you. But I think this is something that, again, makes me feel. And that's another thing too. I feel like a lot of people say I feel versus I think. Because I know I'm one of those people where I'm always saying I feel this way or I feel that way. Like, do y'all think we should stop saying that and more so saying, I think this is what this is, or I think this is such and such versus, well, I feel this, because someone can't really understand that emotional part?
I
I
don't think
think he spoke to that because women would be more likely to say I feel. I don't really be like I feel that often because
Do
I'm
you
broke.
think that it would probably be more of a women thing, saying I feel versus I think?
Yeah, because y'all feel a little more.
I try
Like,
to move in a way where you're just conscious and self-aware that it's just me. I'll preface the statement with, "Hey, in my opinion, or what I would do, or I try to make it clear that I realize this is just me.
Mm-hmm.
right.
I don't have an expectation that anyone has to agree with me, but let me let you know how I feel and how I see it." Sometimes I think we don't do that. Men and women don't do that. So it comes off like, well, I feel like this, and why don't you? And you should feel the same way. I
Mm-hmm.
go into it expecting that you don't feel the same way. That's why we're having the conversation.
Face
So
action, right.
You saying you go into it saying you don't feel the
I don't
same way?
assume that you feel the same way.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
don't. I'm going to put you in a position to elaborate and kind of have to tell me what your opinion is on it. That's why we're talking about it. But I'm not going to presume that you have to agree or we're going to meet eye to eye. And when it comes to conflict, just I wasn't always like this. By virtue of just being older in time, I've learned that me and my wife kind of have like this agreement of, okay, we don't have to say time out, but if I go to the cave, knows I'm not going like away or leaving. I just need to not maybe gather myself. She might do the same thing because she might go in her office or her part where she like, because she works from home. So she got like a whole room that's, if you need to go decompress, kind of we have an understanding that give that person that chance to go decompress so that you don't say more than what you should or do something just purely off of emotion. And sometimes it doesn't happen, but what I've learned to do is if I think something's going left, I'll just walk away. But
Mm-hmm.
that's with people I love.
Right.
People who are not like tied to me in some kind of,
You ain't gonna give them the time of day.
no, I'm not gonna care as much. I'm gonna be probably, I don't run from conflict. I face conflict head on. Let's get through it
Mm-hmm.
and pushing.
So
Do you think?
I may avoid conflict with loved ones because I love your ass. So I'm willing to whatever. It's not, I pick and choose who I will have conflict with, as well as pick and choose the battle itself.
Do y'all think the world would be better if men thought like women and women thought like men?
No,
If women thought on a logic perspective and
I don't think
men.
change how they think. I think women should do what they do because it enables them to be the nurturers. We want y'all to be the more emotionally connected.
So, with that being said,
There's just
why is it
pluses and minuses.
Moderating this week.
with that being said, why is it that men say things like, "Oh, you're being too emotional" or whatever? When you know this, it's like, you know that the female is going to be more emotional. We know that the men, y'all just straight to the point, logic, whatever. So it's almost a thing like, why can't we quote unquote
It's
get it together in that aspect? Not saying that it's like not some successful. I mean, everybody is going to have disagreements, period, no matter how much you love someone. But I'm just saying, just as far as society, Why is it that we can't grasp that concept? Like, because it don't matter what woman you go to, you can have your first wife, second wife, third girlfriend, whatever. They're going to be emotional.
Okay,
just like men are. Yeah,
you know, we just mentioned, you know, being self-aware. It's like, it's not that we don't want you to be who you are. We want you to acknowledge that you're being that way. We want you to acknowledge, like, yeah, I am being emotional, but that's not what happens. Sometimes it's just, I'm mad, and you can't be called out in the moment to acknowledge that, you know, you're being slightly emotional or irrational, right? It's taken as an attack. We would like, if you could be like, yeah, I'm being emotional and I know it, but usually it's defended as if, no, I'm not. You're just whatever. Do you see? I don't even know if I'm explaining this in a way that makes sense, but it's like, as an example, if my wife doesn't like my tone and I'm not yelling, she might say, "Don't yell at me," and I'm like, "I'm not actually the actual volume hasn't increased. You just don't like my tone." And she's like, "Yeah, you're right. You're not yelling, but." So I appreciate that about her, because she could be checked in real time, like, you're
right,
exaggerating. I'm really not. I'm really not yelling. You just don't like the tone. And there is, yeah, somebody might say that's semantical, but it's not. That's a fact. I'm not yelling. My volume has not increased. You just don't like my tone. Because if I was saying something you liked with that same tone, then it would be cool. That
so pretty much, as far as like the women, like, on a sense, don't want to be self-aware, don't want to be self-aware in a moment.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You're just mean.
All right. So with that being said, getting back to the misunderstanding, because y'all just had an example. I got one for the fellas, and then the women come back. So we're gonna see. We're gonna got a question. When a woman says "I'm fine," what does that actually mean when y'all hear that from come out of a woman's mouth, fellas? When a woman says "I'm fine,"
be more inquisitive.
Okay. What about you, Cabino?
For me, I need to be more inquisitive.
Yes. Okay. You're gonna ask questions.
Yeah.
All right. What about that? You, Cabino. When a woman says, when your woman looks at you and says, "I'm fine," what does that mean to you?
I'll be back.
Okay. Ladies, when y'all say "I'm fine," what are you actually saying?
Like, if you're asking me, if you're asking, like,
so I don't say that.
You're saying I'm
Hold
fine
up,
in
man.
the
Hold on quick now. What'd you say, Amanda?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a delay. I saw it after.
Yeah.
I don't say that. I don't ever say that. I don't, because I'd be lying.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
What you
So
say now?
I'm careful
Yeah, I like
about
that better.
I'm careful about how because I feel like everything is a like bait and switch.
Mm-hmm.
Like when somebody tells you like, "Oh, I'm good. I don't care."
I'm good. Yeah. Yeah.
Nonsense.
Okay.
Care. You wouldn't even have to say you don't care. Like there's a certain way men handle things too. Like I'm good. I'm good. Okay.
All right.
Because you're lying.
All right.
So I would rather just not pretend I'm fine
Right.
and give you like the no, I'm not fine, but I want to talk about it right now. Or
See, I
or
can appreciate
go
that
and
though.
get exchange with what Boogie said. Like, I don't like your tone.
Right.
Or I think I'm more careful in a conflict with a partner than I am just talking like I'm talking now or talking with friends. Because I
Right.
know that when you're with a partner, it's different. They're taking it more to heart. It could come back up later. Oh, you said this and this and this. So I'm very careful about like in an argument with a partner. I don't ever say, I feel like da,
I'm
da, da,
missing
da.
some of this.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I mean, even your silence speaks volumes when you're dealing with your partner. Nate, what you got about that? When you say "I'm fine," what does that mean?
Um, I agree with the clip because he gave good examples. I don't say that I'm kind of like Amanda. I don't say that I'm fine. But when it comes to relationship, like if you don't know who you are and you don't know how you react and you don't know what people say about you and the adjective they put on you, you will be ignorant enough to believe it. So if somebody is saying, I just think you da 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 da, and ask the question versus telling me. So if I will not lie though and say that I'm fine. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
just setting it up, because then when you say I'm fine, that just opens the door for them to keep doing what they're doing. or to keep doing whatever. So, but if I say I don't care, I don't care. And I mean, if you ask me why I say I don't care, I can explain it
Mm-hmm.
versus you talking for me or speaking for me. But if I would never tell somebody I'm fine if I'm not fine, and I'm
Okay.
self aware enough to know what I am.
Okay. Nah, you had a response.
Um, well, I was gonna ask, like, when you say I'm fine, like, what context is that? Is that just like a how was your day, or is it
No,
when the
no.
sense of okay, so just in general, like I'm
You
fine.
guys got into a little brief altercation, a little brief argument, and you say, and she just says, or you just say, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with Amanda and Nay. I'm an emotional gangster, so
An emotional gangster. Okay.
yeah, like
Okay.
that's how I like to, at least I know me, and I'm sure
Please,
y'all are
please,
well
please,
aware.
please expand on the emotional gangster part. What is that? What does that mean? I need to hear
Oh
that.
my
That means
God. Emotional
Look, is that
gangster.
the is
Yeah,
that the
I
Cardi
need to hear
B?
this.
Was that the Cardi B version of emotional gangster?
Oh,
'Cause
that's where that
Right.
comes from.
I didn't even.
no,
Did she
no,
say that? Is
Did
that
she
no,
say that?
no.
Because I'm
I
like,
don't know if she said that or not. That's just something that I be saying about myself. Honestly, I feel like I'm self aware enough to know that I am gonna be in my feelings. And I'm gonna tell you about yourself, and I'm gonna might even say something about myself, but I'm gonna stand on business as well. So
so that's the
I
gangster
might,
side? The stand on
yeah,
business is the gangster?
that's the
Okay.
gangster part. The emotional part is I'm still a woman, so you're gonna hear my mouth,
Okay.
but it might not be, to that degree. Like I ain't gonna yell or nothing, but I am gonna make it a point to let you know that I'm not fine. I don't do nothing subtle. I ain't about to be passive aggressive. I ain't doing none of that. You gonna feel it. And
Okay.
then hopefully within the next hour or so after our little disagreement, we can, come back and kumbaya or whatever. But I'm definitely not about to just say I'm fine. And I don't like when people say that either, like male or female. Like if you're not fine, just say what the issue is because I am one of those. I don't like bringing stuff up later on. Like I'd rather just talk about it now. I know we kind of probably briefly talked about this before, like, oh, well, maybe you should take a step back and walk away and then come back. But me personally, I'd rather talk about it right then and there. Now, if it's getting too out of line and we need to like stop, okay. But I am a big believer in I'd rather talk about it now because I really don't want to talk about it tomorrow. It's a new day. We starting fresh. Life is short. I'm not trying to keep going back and forth.
That just brings me to my next question. Why, this is for the group. Why do women want an emotional conversation when a man just wants peace? Like Boogie said, I'm about to head to the cave. What if his wife was like, nah, you're gonna talk about it now?
you
There's
want me
women who
to
gonna
say
do
that?
that. Yeah, yeah. Anybody.
Well, if it's a situation where she's like, no, I want to talk about it now, which probably is usually the reverse, but I'm gonna be ready to get it over with. If something's on
Mm-hmm.
my plate, I want to clear my plate.
Hmm.
So it's never the only way it's better later is if she is like, all right, I can't do it right now, but I'm always ready to do it right now. I only go to
Um,
the cave because maybe she needs the time. So I'm like, all
yeah,
right, we got a joke like, hey, even if we mad, I'm just down the hallway, and we laugh about it. Or I
yeah.
might
Thanks.
do shit
Thanks.
like if it's
I'm not leaving the house. You right
right,
here.
if it's taking too long, like
Yeah.
and maybe I'm like being impatient, I'm gonna go in there and fuck with her. But I'm gonna do it in a way where she can't be mad about it, like grab her, try to hug on her, kiss on her, and be like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like extra until she like either smiles or is like, get off of me, or like, you did blah blah blah. I'm gonna force it at that point, but that's like rare that I gotta do that.
Okay. Man, what's your expertise on that? Cause man over there like, okay, all right, really?
Which part? Like I want to talk about it right now.
Yes.
I mean, if I was being clinical about it, I'd be probably digging into like some attachment issues. But because that's a boundary problem. Like if I tell you I clearly need space
Uh-huh.
and you can't give me space, that's way more your issue than it is mine.
Right.
Um, so it's just about like, does that, I mean, and we generally like know people. You know, is this the type of person that has like the bandwidth to do that? People have a threshold of like what they're willing to tolerate and what they're not. You pretty much learn that up front the moment you have like one small conflict, you know. Because
Yeah.
if you get off the phone, the person calls you right back, they got issues.
So
Now,
I got a question just for you. You're right. And in my scenario, if I go in there, it's because I've learned, like you say, you got to know the person. I've learned that a woman can also say, leave me alone, and then you actually leave her alone, and she mad that you actually left her ass alone.
Didn't the
You
man?
didn't come after me. Why didn't you run after me?
She's like, you actually didn't come
You
for me.
don't love me.
Right. So I'm like,
But ain't that what the
I know
man?
she
Didn't I
wants me
tell
to
you
come
not
for
to
her.
do what I say when it? You never do what
Don't
I say.
actually leave me alone, motherfucker.
But
I
that's
didn't mean
but
to
that's
make
what
it
that's what
over.
he meant. That's what he said in the clip, though. That's what the dude said in the clip. He said, if she tell you to get the fuck
Facts.
out, that don't mean get the fuck out, nigga.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
she ain't.
No, but I
Yeah.
only said that because she made a
No, I
valid
get what you're
point. Like,
saying. I get
if
what you're
I were to
saying.
be like immediately like, no, don't go, and I want to talk now, I'm not gonna do that. But if it's taking what I require, or not require, what I would feel like, all right, this is the window of time where she just don't want to be the one. So let me go ahead and do it. Then I eventually just make the first move because I need the shit to be over and I want my life back.
Exactly. So that's
It's
even more
about
of
the
a,
end
that.
result for me. I'm trying to
So
get to like we know where this is going. It's gonna get, so let's just get over it. So we can
right. And
proceed.
Boogie, and to that point, Boogie, I feel like yes, if you already know that you're gonna hear my mouth and we're gonna go back and forth, why don't we just come on and just get it over with? That way we you can get back to your peaceful life in the cave.
Right.
Because it ain't shit gonna be peaceful if you gotta hear my damn mouth.
I mean, it's
Cause
like
I'm the type I slam pots and pans and shit.
this how I know. This how I
Dinner ain't gonna be hot, it's gonna be cold.
know. I'm glad you
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
my
on, hold
wife
on.
likes to
You
cook.
slamming pots
Right?
and pans and shit.
No, I ain't slamming the pots and pans. I ain't slamming the
Just said
pots
dinner
and
gonna be
pans.
cold. What the fuck? Okay, all right. Hey,
My wife likes to cook, so you made a valid point. She won't not cook, but when I come in, I won't hear that music playing. It won't be the same kind. I'll be like, I've made jokes like, "Hey, you don't got your shit on. This shit ain't gonna be cooked right. Hold on, let's turn on some shit for you. You know,
Yeah.
there's no little
Nigga, you getting
it's a vibe that has to be happening.
you getting hot
Like
dogs and you getting hot dogs
you're
instead of the chicken.
fed, but I know it wasn't made with love.
Yeah, instead of the chicken parmesan, you gonna get these franks and these beans and call it a day.
Not quite
that's
that,
funny.
but yeah, you get my message. Like, there's a whole environment that goes with the vibe. I can't really put it into words.
No doubt, no doubt.
You
Bino,
just
Bino,
know.
what you
We
got?
all know after being with someone for a long time, if it ain't even you, something else is on their mind. Like if you have, especially if you have adult children, like
Right.
she has a son who's 29, and I'll be like, "What happened? Mondo called you?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it'll be like, you got to just be able to read them.
True, true.
Mhm.
Bino, what you got?
Man, my thing is breaking up so much that I'm missing like chunks of the conversation. What are we on?
Pretty much when why do women want to have an emotional conversation right when a man wants to have peace? So we just use the example of like Boogie
Oh,
said, when I go
usually
to
if
the
she
man
wants to have
cave.
an emotional conversation, I don't want peace. That's really how I approach it. It's like I don't
Right.
want peace at that time. It's not time for peace. So we'll get to peace after we deal with this
After we finish
situation.
this.
I don't be like,
Okay.
oh, I need my peace. I'm not one of them people. I don't
Right.
want. I deal with situations how they come. If we got to go to war, we go to war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we'll get through it. I'm not a peace guy. I'm not a oh you're taking away from my peace. Fuck all that bullshit.
I, I,
I
Mac,
be
I
like,
don't know too
yeah,
many fellas. I don't know too
aren't
many
you
fellas that want a timeout. I don't. I don't.
like a
Nay,
timeout?
nay,
But
yeah.
what?
aren't
Huh?
It's like
but don't
if she's like, let's talk about it now. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk
We're
about it
gonna
now.
talk about it now.
We gonna
Yes.
get
Yes.
to
I
it.
never avoid
Yes.
the
Yes.
But I don't avoid it, but that doesn't mean I won't let her avoid it. If she wants to avoid it, I'll let her avoid it.
Yeah, facts. That's
I
facts.
just feel like when you put
it might be a
somebody,
thing that she really don't want to avoid it. Like you said, you motherfucker get out. But that don't mean she wants you to avoid it. She wants
but
you
I feel
to
like
be a little more inclined.
when you force it like that, you might not be getting what you want. Like, you
True.
know, if you're getting somebody that's say already agitated or already not in a good space, and you're like, no, I want to talk about it right now.
You feel like they just want to say whatever to
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
get you off their back.
I mean, you heard what
Yeah.
Bino said earlier. Like,
I
like
Dave, what you
sometimes
got?
you
What you
gotta
got, Dave?
gauge the person.
Yeah, you got to
Right.
gauge the person. Definitely. You're right. What's up, Nate? What you got?
Women want peace too. We want
True.
peace too. You got to know your partner. Like, I'm not gonna force it on you, but I don't like conflict, and I like my home to be peaceful. So let's go ahead and address it, and know. And you got to know your partner. You got to know, and then um, stay on topic. Like if that's peaceful too. Like if you're having an argument, let's not bring up something that happened a month ago. And that keeps it peaceful so you could go ahead and get to the resolution. So holding that in is not good. But women love peace too. I love peace, and going if there's a disagreement, prolonging it is not peaceful. Let's go ahead and let's stay on topic and let's go ahead and get this resolved so we could go ahead and laugh later. We ain't gonna keep this going on for like hours and days over something minute. No, that's not. So
And
we like
just, I was going to say, and just to piggyback off of what Nate said, like, do men not think that we want to be peaceful? Because I feel like it's always about a man's peace. Keep that man in peace. All a man want is just a peace and peace of mind and peace. We want a peace of mind too. Shit, y'all ain't the only ones that want to, that like, we not trying to even be emotional and stuff. Half the time at least I can speak for me, I don't even want to hear my mouth half the time. Not
Really?
trying to be funny.
Really?
Yeah, because I know that I could
Or
be, oh,
agree.
I would never thought
I
that.
at least, I know, shut up. I know. I know that I could be overbearing sometimes. I know that I'm very self aware. So I know how to take a step back and be like, you know what? I probably do need to relax. I probably do need to chill out. He got it. He telling me it's taken care of. If I trust him, I need to just let him be the man and let him do it. Because I can say for myself, sometimes I do have that controlling factor about me of wanting to feel in control. But I feel like sometimes our peace is knowing that we don't have to take the plate on anything. But that's also, I feel like, in knowing that you're dealing with a real man or a real woman that's going to abide by their word and stand on business and say, hey, I got it, whatever the case may be. But I do feel like I hear more of like, oh, well, be that man's peace. Well, why you can't be the woman's peace too? Because like I said, I have the time I really don't even be wanting to hear my mouth. But
Yeah, that's hard to
if you ain't gonna get right, it ain't gonna be right.
But
What
let me
y'all
say
got,
something.
fellas?
I
Let me
got.
say something.
Yeah, go
Let me
ahead.
say something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Bino.
The thing about the man's piece is I don't start most of the arguments. Most of the arguments I've ever been in with women have been kind of initiated by them.
But
So
why
that's what
do
I think
see?
the piece is.
And I'm happy you said that too, because why is it that when I bring up something out of either curiosity or just wanting to talk, why does it have to be an argument?
No, I'm talking about actual arguments where you actually have a beef. I'm not talking about, hey,
But of course, it's not going to be peaceful. That's for both sides. If you arguing, it's not going to
right.
be
But what
peaceful
I'm
until you
saying
get a
is,
resolution.
most of that is initiated, at least in my life, through females. I rarely come to you, hey,
No,
let me ask you something, baby. I'm rarely that person.
but see, that's what I'm saying. Just that start right there, because I feel like a lot of women, we do that. We start our mindsets of what we're thinking, and we start with that. Can I ask you a question? But why is it that, like,
That's
I
what
feel
no,
what?
don't ever
No,
ask me that because I'm gonna
no,
say no. Can I
no.
ask you
But
a question? No,
hold
don't
on.
ask me no question.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like men, y'all like premeditate that it's gonna be a problem already.
Right.
So
Well,
you
especially when you
already
say,
come.
"Can I
So
ask you
you,
a
to
question?"
me,
Then it's no, don't ask me
you
nothing.
already coming in with it with a negative mindset. Of
Right,
course, it's not gonna come out positive. Like
right.
you're not. if I say
Find a
that,
different intro than can I ask you a
if
question.
I say that, okay, even if I did come up with a different intro, my thing is, if I'm saying that clearly there's something that's been on my mind and I have enough trust and all of that in you that I want to talk to you about it rather than hide it and walk around with an attitude and be slamming pots and pans and not cooking with the music on.
Man, we got to break up.
Why do it gotta be?
You got to go. I can't be
Hold on,
having
hold
this.
on. Before you answer, Boogie, I just want to say that's the second time that she mentioned throwing pots and pans. All right, go ahead,
Yeah,
Big.
that's too
Go
much.
ahead, Boogie. Go ahead,
You're
Boogie.
out
All
of
right.
pocket once you start doing that.
Yeah, you gotta go.
So
All right, Boogie.
I don't know that I have an answer for what people should do, but I'll tell you what works for me. And that is setting an expectation of like, hey, I need to talk to you. I don't have to talk to you right now, but I need to talk to you. And when I say that, that sets an expectation in her mind that, oh, this might be a serious conversation. Let me prioritize making time to be ready to have the serious conversation. A woman may be like, can I ask you a question? And there's no, it's like, do I really want to hear what this question is? Because that's so, do I want to do this right the fuck now?
But how you know what it
Hold
is?
hold up. All I'm saying is Mac alluded to that. A better intro will garner better results. So I don't just assume that because I have a question, this is the best time to ask it. I just say, I don't even allude that it's just a question. I might say, hey, I need to talk to you. When you get a moment, let me know. I got to talk about something serious real quick.
Oh,
And I just leave it at that for them to allow the window that they're ready for whatever that may be. And in turn, she's now learned that, hey, that's a better way to proceed with him. Unless it's something that is an emergency and has to be addressed that moment. Is this the time to ask that question? Just because it's halftime don't mean I'm not still in game mode.
yeah, halftime's only 15 minutes. Do not start no shit at
Just
halftime.
because, just because I look free don't mean I'm free.
Exactly.
And if you present it to me that way, I might say, "Oh, well, sure. What is it? I could do it right now. What's up?" Or I might be like, "Oh, all right," and that means I'm gonna make myself free. I'm not gonna just blow it off. But to assume that the world has to stop and this is gonna be something that we have to get into at this moment is unfair.
So you feel like when it comes to the women, we need to be more aware of our timing when bringing things up,
Yes,
not just
Yeah.
saying it on the spiel. We at the party and shit, everybody having a good time, and next thing you know, she'd be like, "So who
Here's,
was that girl that you
but,
was talking to
but here,
last week?"
but
Well,
here's
that's
the
kind of
thing. I'm gonna
inappropriate.
say,
Last
I'm gonna
week?
say
Hold
this.
on, last week? What are you talking about? I don't even remember the girl you
See, and
talking
then that's
about.
what I'm saying. Then y'all act oblivious.
But here's the
Because we
thing. Now,
are oblivious.
you got the concept just now because you spit it back. However, you knew that already. And I say this because women know strategic times to ask for other shit. Women know strategic times when it's not something that they think may become something, but something they're trying to get you to acquiesce to. So everyone fucking knows this. It's just when you're being emotional, you got some. Hey, I got a question to ask you, and you're ready to get asked the question right now.
And that's where the emotional part comes into it because
And that's
it's
where you.
like and I can agree with that. I do feel like, especially with me and growing and learning in relationships, I know I can agree that this is not the time. We're not about to be at the cookout and now you want to start drama. Like, let's wait until we have food, got some drinks in our system. Well, maybe the drinks in the system might not be so great, but let's just wait till we get in the car on the way back to the house or the hotel before we, you know. Boogie, I
The,
want to say too, you're not really in the camera. You're like halfway in. You might want to slide over. There you go.
the camera.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like you. It's like you want to edge.
You in the corner.
I
Yeah.
got
All right. There you go.
before I ask Nate what she think, I got what Boogie trying to say. It's all in the timing
Yeah.
and the inflection of your
Like
voice,
Arsenal's
things of
about
that
to come
nature.
on. This is not the time to want to ask me a question. It's
Yeah,
like, no.
yeah.
Arsenal.
Or you got some people who always said after a long day, as soon as they walk across that threshold,
Oh, that's the worst.
you know what I'm saying? It's like give a person a moment, you know.
I can agree with that.
So I give it. I get it. I get
I
it.
mean, I
Timing.
think
A
it's
lot of times, those
important
days,
to
I sit in the car for a minute. I just sit there, listen to a couple songs before I go in there, just in case.
Yeah.
See, but see, that's the premeditated right there, just in case. Why do we got why like is your home not peaceful to where you gotta have a just in case I go in the house and she
you never
willing?
know. You
But
never
you
know
don't
what's
Well,
know
gonna
what
happen.
other people are gonna
sometimes
do.
that's not the home. Sometimes people really do take time to uh calm down, get the stress off of them from dealing with the commute, dealing with work. They don't want to take that no undue stress into their
In the
home.
Into the
house.
couch.
People need that moment to just
Breathe.
stop, breathe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Before they take all that in the house. My bad, man. What you got?
Nah, that's what I was saying. Like, you don't know what other people are dealing with either. Like, if you're sitting in your car saying, I need a minute, I don't know what I'm walking into. Maybe you had a bad day.
Right?
Like, I don't know what kind of day you had. I don't know. Like, it's important. If I'm doing couples work with somebody, I always tell them, like, plan conflict. How do you handle it? What do you do? What's the plan? Do you got a code word that we need to take a break? Or, when you walk in the
Pineapples.
house,
Pineapples.
everybody uses that. Everybody uses that word for something. But you got to plan
I
conflict.
never heard that before.
What? You ain't never heard that? That was from Kevin Hart.
Yes.
I don't like Kevin Hart.
Oh my
When
gosh, Bino,
people
you don't like anything.
when people are using like
I don't
code
like no
words,
corny niggas.
pineapples are like I don't know why. It's probably just because it sounds crazy in the middle of an argument, but a lot of people use that. But you got
I'm
to
gonna start
plan.
saying Bino.
Hold up. Amanda, when would you say pineapple? What do you mean? In the middle of the argument, you go pineapple? What? I
Yeah,
don't
it's like
understand.
a safe word.
So,
It's like a
so
safe word.
it's like it is exactly what you're planning for conflict. So you say something like, hey, we haven't been handling arguments well, meaning like either you probably end up leaving or we don't talk about it ever again. So, like in the future, if, instead of saying like, oh, I just don't want to talk to you no more, or I'm leaving, like, let's find a code word, whether it's
No,
pineapples or watermelon
yeah,
or
let's
orange.
find better
Or
one.
Bino. I'm gonna start saying Bino.
Yeah,
That means
Have
the
your
rage. That
something.
have your
means
conflict
I'm
word.
gonna start saying Calbino. That way,
Yeah,
when the
because
rage
some
start to
people
come in,
some people can't control themselves. Like some people are really like, "Oh, I get so mad. I can't I can't get myself to saying I need a break." Like it's a whole sentence. Okay, well find a word then or a flag. I don't give a damn
Normally
what
in
you
my
find.
life, my word has been fuck that. No, I'm just fucking.
no, you ain't playing. You dead ass
I'm not
serious.
playing. No, so it's stuff like that. Like I mean, I have people who do all kinds of crazy stuff. I have people who have like I have a little I have like an outline of this thing called Tango. People throw papers on the floor and follow the little letters and do different stuff like talking back to somebody, reflecting what
Oh
you
no, they
felt.
sound crazy. They sound crazy.
No,
They
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 just
the ones in
don't.
there throwing pots and pans.
No, those are people who
That's
like
you. You the
those are
pot and
people
pan thrower.
those are people who
You
don't
gotta get
know
out.
they don't know how to conflict. They don't know how to have an argument or a discussion that's heated and regulate themselves appropriately to ever get
Oh,
to an end point.
They must not be
Like,
human then. They got to be
no,
aliens
I
or
see them
something.
on ID channel all the time that don't know how to regulate.
I got a
I
question.
feel
I got a question for you, Amanda. As a therapist, do you think sometimes people use that as an excuse? Because if you put them in a position where they have to deal with conflict and there's a paycheck tied to it, all of a sudden they can get a hold of themselves and they can do battle in an intellectual manner, and they can use all this logic because there's a paycheck tied to it. So they all of a sudden now they have restraint. But when you put them in their personal life, that's out the window.
I think
Right.
that
I used to
some
always say that shit.
people
Go ahead, man, and answer,
I,
please. I need your answer.
Please, Les, please, because
Please, please, please.
I've seen that like in life.
Yes.
I think some people have a harder time conflict with a romantic partner, like much more difficulty. Like I've seen lots of people that like they could get it together at work, they could get it at school, they could get it together with people as long as it's not their romantic partner. They're
So is
do
that
you
so
think that
that's
it's
not a
over?
cop out then? You have the capability, you exercise it in other facets of your life. It's just
Right,
because it's a romantic relationship, you
right.
all of a
You
sudden
can do
it,
whatever you
it could
want.
you
Yeah.
lost control.
it could be a cop out. It could be a lot of things. It could be personality stuff. It could be trauma. It could be personal
And
trauma,
it
which
also could be bullshit.
but it
Yeah.
could be bullshit. Yes.
Uh,
It could be
But we don't get that as since it's we don't get as much leeway with that as men. I feel like we don't.
mhm.
What?
Yeah, I feel like
Shit. I
okay.
feel like
So
I feel
hold
like
up.
oh Lord Jesus help me. Okay.
Nah,
Whew.
let
Let me
them talk.
breathe.
I
I know,
mean,
let me breathe.
we did say last week when we were talking about like the emotional responsibility of stuff that
Right.
sometimes with men, it's I think it's more like the expectation is higher in terms of like controlling yourself. Like how many times have we heard about like women hauling off and punching a guy or slapping a guy or pushing or shoving and walking away like nothing and nothing happens to her usually. But a man, he haul off and get attitude and punch a girl in the face. It's a big problem.
Yep.
Like, and
Or
obviously there's
they
a strength to differential, or there's like, oh, you're a man, you should know better. But that is a bigger responsibility on a man to handle that.
Even away from it becoming physical, I'm talking about just it could be just being responsible with your mouth.
Hmm.
That can be something that I've seen women at work, they can go through all this other shit and be able to deal with it.
And people like blow it off. And with a man, it's like, but if we think about the underlying idea behind it, it's aggression nonetheless. Even if you're not hitting somebody, as soon as a man starts to get loud and boisterous and get an attitude, right away it's like it's scary.
Threatening.
right.
It's
Yeah.
different. It's not
Yeah.
now women can get there too, and people can like presume that a woman it feels threatening or scary. But with a man, it's more likely that somebody's gonna look at something like that and him getting emotional and being like, "Oh, that's scary."
Do you think that well, with that being said, do y'all feel like maybe that's why because like you said, it's already kind of presumed that women are going to be more emotional and in their feelings, and you'll probably hear your guy saying, "Bro, she just being a woman, like let her chill." Do you think that that's not saying that it's not taken serious, but do you think that's why men don't really take women serious when they're having these emotional outbursts, even though for the woman it's serious, but because it's like, okay, the guy is not as emotional as her, we already know he's not going to react that way. Is that maybe why men don't really take women serious in that aspect? Like Albino said, fuck it, I don't give a fuck about that, or I don't want to talk about that. Do you think that's because of the fact that it's just already presumed that women are more emotional? So it's one of those things like let her have her moment, let
Are you
her
gonna
let
ask
her
the
wild
question
out,
or
let
you
her
gonna
do that.
what?
I mean, maybe this is not the favorable idea amongst women, so I'm sure people are gonna get mad, but whatever. It's like the boy who cried wolf.
Right.
Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're always screaming and carrying on and got an attitude
Right.
and like if that's your normal date, if that's your baseline, if every time somebody says something you're like, oh, 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 and you're all over the place all day,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
you're
We
just
don't take it serious no more. Now it's just
it's
like
just
whatever.
another
Now
thing.
it's like you having a temper tantrum like a little
Yeah.
child
Like
versus
if I'm going on a scale
Come
from
to
one
it.
to 10 and your baseline is 7 all the time, if I see you go to a 9, I'm just like, she's just mad. Whatever. She's fine. She'll
Yeah,
be okay.
yeah. If
mm-hmm.
it's too much of a cycle or
Mm-hmm.
just the repetition of it, you will become anything that you do repetitiously, you just become numb to.
Accustomed to
Become
it.
numb to it.
Like,
Accustomed
Yeah.
to
oh,
it.
You
that's
don't
just how
even
she is. I don't got
Yeah,
to take that seriously. But if it's like, hey, she rarely gets this upset,
then you
exactly.
pay more
Just
then
attention.
you're like,
Then you
wait a
or
minute.
respect them.
or just like I mean, and I know this is a movie, but like, why did I get married? With the
I
what's
don't
what's
watch
what's
movies, man. I don't know
hold
what
on,
you
wait. But I
talking
mean,
about.
I'm trying to bring a point. When like the dude, I forgot her name, Tosh or something. You know, the couple that was the chick that was
The
always
girl
yelling
that's
at him.
volatile all the
Yeah,
time.
the one who
She's like,
said boom
she's
when they
like, so
found out she got
for
the
Bino,
STD.
for reference, she argues about everything.
everything.
Yeah, in the movie,
If the
it's
dude picks up the phone, she's like, "Who you talking to? Where you
yeah.
going?
What?
Why you
So
looking at that
so why did
girl?"
I get married? It's a whole bunch of couple friends, and one of the couples, I forgot her name, Tasha, whatever her the actress is.
She's
But
always
anyway,
right.
Yeah, she's always like fighting. And then I think it was one of the scenes where the guys were
My
outside.
sound's gone out, man. This is driving me crazy, yo.
I think one of the scenes where the guys were all out just talking, having guy talk, and she came out yelling at him and then went back in the house. And she was like, or the guys were like, "Oh, what's wrong with her?" He like, "What you mean? It's Tuesday." And they like, "You what, bro? Like you so accustomed to it, you don't even know. Like what's he like, man? It's
Yeah,
Tuesday.
because
It's a
she's not
regular
just
day,
arguing with the
like that.
guy. She's arguing with
Even though
like
it's a movie, but that's a
customer
life thing,
service. She's arguing with the people in the airport. She's arguing
right?
with
But
everybody.
see,
On
I
the
don't even like
train.
that type of person. I'm not even attracted to that type of person. I don't even want to be bothered with
But
that
then, but
type of
then
person.
when the guys were talking, they was like, "Why do you put up with that?" And he was like, "Cause the love making is crazy." After, like, it was
Man,
almost
fuck
like he
that.
like it
You
was
can
like he
find that
almost liked
anywhere. That's a dime a dozen. That's a dime a dozen. It's not as rare as motherfuckers think it is.
All right.
But
He
I'm
You
knows
saying,
that he don't care how good it is.
yeah.
nah,
But
Nah.
what?
nah.
But I'm saying, I'm
That's
just
when I
using
care
that as an
about my peace.
example.
If you argue all the time, I care about my peace because
Yeah.
you got to go. And I am a firm believer in breaking up. I don't have I am a firm believer in that shit. It's like not argue all the time. Or who's that on the phone? Like you you don't pay my phone bill.
No, but that's how she was in the movie. And then at
Oh,
one
okay.
point, he had to like snap. He
Bring
snapped
up
in the
some shit
movie.
like Coming to America, some shit I seen. I ain't be seeing all these.
All right,
No,
no, I get it.
I'm not gonna ask you who you talking to. I'm gonna just say who's calling us.
Who's calling?
Who's calling us?
Who's
Like
texting
that.
us?
That's funny. That's funny.
That's fucking hilarious. That's
Oh,
fucking
That's why I be
hilarious.
sitting next to you
oh
on the couch and be
man.
like, who texting us?
I believe you
That's
too. I
clever. That is
Amanda,
Don't,
really
don't,
Amanda.
clever.
don't be out here giving these ladies ideas and shit.
No,
For
yeah,
real.
no.
That was a good one right there.
Amanda's a therapist. She got all the answers.
he act
Thank you,
like his cell
Amanda.
phone is the house phone.
Thank you,
Hell yeah.
I
Amanda.
call, I say it's my way of aligning with
Yeah,
you.
I was gonna say
Really?
you want us
Really?
to
That's the
change the way.
bullshit
Word.
you
So
going through?
instead of
Yeah.
saying
Did it
Who
work?
who
Did it
calling
instead of
work?
us?
instead of saying
Did it
who is
work?
that, instead of saying who is that, who's hey babe, who's texting us?
Who's
Nah, nah,
calling
nah.
us?
My question is, did it work? That's my question. Did it work?
Oh,
Did it work?
this goes back to what we were talking about.
Did it work? Yes or no? Did it work? It
Yes.
did?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the way she did it, it definitely could work because it's not confrontational. It's kind of like funny. It would
I was about to
actually
Right.
say,
make you laugh.
and it
Like,
made
because
you, and it
usually
made
what
you
happens
laugh,
is,
and it
right,
made you laugh.
I am being nosy for
Yeah,
sure, right?
facts.
yeah,
100%.
and I know that, but the way it was presented, see,
Exactly.
presentation is everything.
It
Because
is.
Hey,
because
y'all,
the
I got to go ahead and get out of here, party
All right.
people.
All right,
Yeah, I
All
man.
got
right.
like
I'll holler
15
at you, boss.
minutes.
All right.
yeah,
Hey, hey, Nate, you
but
got
if you
anything to say before we go into this next video?
but if you think about
Hold
how
on.
that happens, that presentation of how it happens,
Yeah,
usually a man will say like, I get that she's saying she wants to know what's going on,
yeah,
but since she didn't do it in an aggressive, like crazy way,
yeah.
usually they'll be like, oh, babe, it was nothing. Look.
Right.
Really?
And
So pretty much you're saying that pretty much we just need to like nice it up, pretty it
Yeah,
up, make him funny for the guy. So that way, if we do have something on our mind,
It
instead of saying,
helps.
"Can I ask you a question?" Be like, "Hey babe, so
ask
it
you a
just
question already put him on edge.
yeah, that's what
listen,
I'm saying. So change
well,
that up."
well, I'm gonna go ahead and speak for 98% of the fellas out there. That shit ain't gonna work. Nate, what you got anything else before we go to the next video?
Agree with what you said earlier, Joel. Like when you coming home, don't nobody have time for that. Like
Mhm.
fighting and all of that stuff. When you coming in the house, I don't believe asking a dude, "Can we talk?" Or how you said an eye is a good way to approach it. I know that 9 times out of 10, they're like, "Uh oh," and they don't want to because you never
Mm-hmm.
know what somebody's going through, and you could be they could have had a rough day. So just bringing that up. Soon as they come in the house, that's not cool, And then again, I'm a firm believer on how you fight is important. How you come to it, like even if I don't want to talk about whatever it is that you want that is bothering you, yeah, let's stay on topic. And let's see what's the resolution, and that's it. Because that is important. Peace is important. I'm gonna say again, women love peace too. And just because somebody is feeling an emotional response to something that was done doesn't mean that it needs to be addressed right then. And I don't want nobody to unload on me for a month of. So I try to treat people how they want to be treated. I don't want somebody to unload on me of a month of you holding on to something that I did a month ago, and you like like a machete. So no, I don't want to, or I don't want to hear it like that. So it's important to know your mate.
True,
Know.
true, true. All right. With all that said, that brings us into our next video. Here we go.
Here are 6 things to help you understand why men and women always misunderstand each other. Number 1, women enjoy the process. Men focus on the goal. Number 2, women love romance. Men love sex. Number 3, women will give sex to get emotions, but men will become emotional to get sex. Number 4, women need sensitivity. Men need space. Number 5, women feel better talking about the problem. Men feel better solving the problem. Number 6, men have authority and women have intuition. So remember, the differences in men and women are not meant to oppose each other. They're meant to complement each other as we serve one another before God.
What y'all got? What you think?
I didn't agree with all of those things he said. Maybe, I don't know. It was too many. If I was counting them, I could give a percentage. But let's just say nowhere from, at the best, half, maybe a third. What he said was accurate. There were just too many sweeping generalizations. So
I would agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, I do agree in the fact that I think like couples, and generally speaking, I think when we're talking about the way people communicate, it's important to a lot of people go out seeking like, oh, the mindset is I want somebody like me. But like, what do you need you for? I need somebody who compliments me, who can like if I'm trying to be the person
I like
that
that. What you need? I like that. Say that again.
huh?
I like that. Say that again.
I
What
don't
you
need somebody like me. I
need?
need somebody who compliments me.
You said what you need me for?
Yeah, I don't need me.
That's cool.
I don't need two of me. I
Right.
got one of me. Two of me would be crazy. So I need somebody who compliments me, who can, who there is some back and forth. But I can't say like 100% of what he said was correct. I think the mindset and how he said it was correct. Like if you have somebody who's more sensitive, you do need somebody who's more goal oriented and more logical. But that's not always man and woman. Those people that could be interchangeable because I mean, so there are some more sensitive men out here than there are women sometimes. So
I do like the part where he said women process. If I'm saying that right, he said women process, but men want to reach the end goal.
he said women want to enjoy talking about it or want to talk
Oh,
about it.
talk about it.
But then the men want to get to
solve
the end
like
goal. So
women want to
solve the
talk about
problem.
the problem and men want to solve the problem.
I
Solve it.
kind of agree with that one. I agree with
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely feel like even just in experience or like seeing like couples that may like argue or go back and forth and like you'll hear like the woman kind of like dance around the resolution instead of like it's like women will be like, well, why you do this or why you do that, and the guy's standing there like, okay, but what's the problem though? Like,
Mm.
get to the point and tell me straight up what the problem is versus bringing up this from last month or yesterday or last week or whatever. That's why I do feel like some men, because they're trying to just hurry up and get to the resolution, they kind of be looking confused, because I do feel
I
like
think
some
what
women,
women
they kind of like bounce around stuff instead of just saying what it is.
I don't
But
agree with
haven't you seen
that
where
though.
people like bring up problems and not really know what they want? Like bring up the problem because they know it feels weird or feels
Yeah,
bad,
and I
but they
feel
don't
like,
really know
yeah,
like how
like
to
I feel
resolve
like
it.
they, like women, I feel like we want to vent and we need the space to vent just as much as men do, but I think we kind of like vent and tell our feelings a little bit more, and I feel like for men, sometimes they'll hear all of that. Like we'll get mad and then like we'll say all this stuff and the guy be like, okay. And then the girl will be like, you didn't hear anything I just said. And I feel like that's when the guy is like, I heard everything you just said, but I'm still trying to get to the part where you telling me what the problem is so I can get to the resolution and we can fix this.
But that's not, I don't really agree with that though now, because I'm well with women with that part. I'm more of a, what's the problem? Give me a resolution. Or like if let's say I'm expecting there is an issue and I'm more of, I need a resolution so we can stop talking about this. Like
right.
Hey, Nay, your hair is covering your the mic.
Thank you. I'm more of a person that the if I want a resolution. Life is short, or maybe it can be long, and I don't want to spend my time on it. Like if there's an issue, tell me what you're gonna do, how you're gonna handle it, if it's gonna be fixed, or it's not gonna be fixed, so I know if I need to, come kick in and do it myself. So I'm more like that. I don't know if you saying like you're more like
no. I get what you're saying, and I agree. I'm saying, I guess, just as far as like a overall and like what I've seen, because I'm the same way. Like I kind of want to just get to the bottom of it. I'm not going to cut corners and just be saying stuff just to be saying it, because I do feel like some women. I know I might get backlash, but I do feel like some women just be saying stuff just to be heard, versus getting to the nitty gritty of what it is. So I guess really more so, I'm more so just saying, like, I don't know if men, or maybe Boogie or Joel, y'all can speak on that. But is that like something that y'all have encountered or seen or dealt with in the past? Like, you saying a lot, but you ain't really saying nothing, because I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. And you just kind of just saying stuff again, just to be heard. Or maybe she feel like she ain't being seen or heard. So now she's just saying stuff just to kind of spark something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, have I experienced that? Yes. But for me, I'm only talking about me. It's like sometimes we kind of accept that that's just par for the course because you're in a relationship and you're gonna have to let her get it off. And because you've succumbed to that and you're just like not saying anything, and then you're not getting the reaction they want, and then you're like, okay, so we clearly know what's wrong. Let's talk about solutions. But they still want to let you know how they felt about it. And you're like,
yeah,
I get it.
Another thing,
I get it. You're right. Now, what are we going to do about it? And they still want to go back.
Yeah, because if I'm upset that I get it, you're right.
That's annoying, right, Amanda?
Oh my God, infuriates
me. But here's all right. So let me ask you something. At what point? I'm not saying that. Let me say this, because it's not. Let me give context to it. It's not you're presenting something to me and you're telling me and I go, I get it. You're right. No, I'm saying 20 minutes later.
No, and I get, I understand what you're saying. I do.
Then I say, I get it. You're right. So it's not like that's not my default. That's my
and I know you're not. I know people don't even do that to be. It's not like you're intentionally like being annoying.
It seems dismissive. It seems dismissive.
But at what point?
It seems dismissive.
So then I want to give you a scenario. 20 minutes in. Let's say we're 20 minutes in, and then I say, I get it. You're right, and you say, I don't like that. That feels dismissive, and I point out a fact. I let you go for 20 minutes though. How could that be seen as dismissive when you've had the floor for 20 minutes?
Well, I can understand.
They can't acknowledge that they've had the floor for 20 minutes. So I'm not gonna let you categorize me as being dismissive unless that was my default answer. And now I'm combative because I'm hitting you with logic.
It's facts. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I will accept the label if it's, here's the thing, and this is just me. I find that men are more willing to accept the label if it's true and present it with facts. Whereas a woman, you can present them with a label and associate facts with it, and they'll still be like, nope.
That ain't it. I agree.
Yeah. So with that being said, what's your final thoughts on this? Yeah, but go ahead, Nate. Go ahead.
Passion. Like sometimes men can be long-winded too if they're passionate about a topic. If the topic is something that they're interested in, they can be a little long-winded too. But So I just think that it depends on like, and then I think saying if it has been a certain amount of time, it is still dismissive because I have when a man is passionate about stuff, he can be long with it. So yeah, but my closing joy, so we can end it, is that you got to know your partner. You know, when you fight, fight fair. And then men and women are different when it comes to communication, but if you learn your partner, your communication can be aligned. And don't let when you if you are working outside the house, don't bring that crap in as soon as that person walks through the door. That's tacky. Don't ever have time for it. Have peace in your home. That's all I
I
got.
feel like my final thought with it is just I feel like just be more understanding on both parties. Um, Not too understanding to the point though where it gets out of hand and people are just, saying and arguing. But I feel like if we know us as women, we're more emotional. We know that the men are more logical. Just have a little bit more understanding and patience when it comes to that. Because at the end of the day, I feel like that's just how God made us. Like the man said, we have intuition and men have that other A word that the dude said in the video. I don't remember, but I did agree with it. And I just feel like with us all knowing that, just be more cautious for both parties. Like when women are coming to a man with something, like Amanda said, dress it up a little bit, make it a little cute, make it more approachable versus just coming out with an attitude. And for the men, I just feel like if you know that, what you're dealing with or whatever, just have a little bit more of a sensitivity to what the woman is saying versus just kind of letting it go over your shoulder a little bit. But yeah.
Okay, okay. What you got? What you got, Boogie?
Um, yeah, I agree that we both should give each other some grace.
Mm-hmm.
And you just are going to get more grace based upon the dynamic of that, particular relationship. You're going to if you've invested years in time and love and events and memories and all these other things, then you'd be a dumbass to not give that person grace at their worst moments because you're going to have bad moments and you're going to want that, reciprocity there with that. But if it's just you're dating, you ain't getting all that grace necessarily. You got to earn that shit. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is.
All right, cool, cool, man. What you got?
Oh, I am the last one. You did that on purpose.
Yeah, that's what they said last time, boss.
Um,
I listen.
at the end of the
No,
day,
no,
I
no.
don't
Okay.
think, right? At the end of the day, I don't think communication differences, it's not about men and women necessarily. It's not about who's right, who's wrong. It's
Mm,
about like paying attention to how we're wired, our teaching, our life experience. It's not usually conflict. That's the enemy. It's
true,
usually misunderstanding.
true.
Mm-hmm.
And when we stop focusing on who's winning and who's losing, we get a better relationship, not from really improving our communication, but being more intentional about our communication and who we're dealing with.
Mm,
And if our focus is always that, and we always have like a willingness to be curious and to err on the side of caution and think that this person has my best interest at heart, we'll never go in defensive. We'll always go
Mm-hmm.
in willing to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
that's
And I like that point too. Like I know that this person has my best interest at heart. So let me listen and take heed because if anything, they're saying something that'll probably make me better. So I
Yeah.
agree with
But you
that.
gotta feel safe in that though.
Yeah,
Safety.
agreed.
Yeah,
I
giving
agree.
someone the benefit of the doubt is extremely important.
yeah,
yeah.
because if I think I'm safe with you, if I truly believe that you have my best interest at heart, if I go into every conversation saying this person loves me and I really believe they do, then I'm never going to think you're out to get me because someone who loves me wouldn't do that.
Right.
Yeah. Or
Nice.
respect. Or love and respect. It goes both.
Mhm.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. I think y'all said everything. I just got one last question for the audience and for y'all, because I think this is what people mess up at. Are you just, do you want to understand them, or are you too busy trying to be understood? I appreciate y'all. Listen, great session. Thanks for everybody. for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We love y'all. Peace.
Bye.